My name is Ken Porter, the commercial operator of Wallace Rockhole. I've lived at Wallace Rockhole from 1982. I'll give you an insight into Wallace Rockhole. My in-laws, Gordon and Ida J. Abbott and family, moved to their homelands at Wallace Rockhole in the early 1970s, and it became an outstation of the Hermannsburg mission. In the early 1980s, the mission was divided into 5 separate land blocks and handed back to the traditional owners. Wallace Rockhole is on the Urina Land Trust. From day one, the Abbott family have always been a very proud family and kept things neat and tidy. I put this down to the good work relationship the old people had with the bosses they worked with on a number of cattle stations throughout Central Australia. The good work ethics followed them to Wallace Rockhole and is carried on today, as you will see in our presentation. On behalf of the Wallace Rockhole community members, the McDonnell Regional Council of Central Australia that would have travelled with me to Beechworth for the Tidy Towns Awards, we present to you this video.
I love it here, it's peaceful. Our best thing here is family and the culture here is good.
Our long walks, come back in the afternoon, the sun's going down. Roam around into the hills and that, good, love it out here.
When you come down, you look in there, on the hills, oh, good little place.
Lucky to be living in Wallace Rockhole. It's just clean and, people, they know each other very well and everyone gets along with each other.
Roaming around out in the bush, doing a bit of hunting, getting lizards.
Pride of living on their land and it was something good to look after. We've got a population of about 100 odd, 120 these days.
They started with just a few tin sheds, and then the grandfather and grandmother just wanted it, I guess, better for all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Yeah, they built it now, and look at it, shops, clinics, everything.
He decided to settle down here, find a place for his family. Begin with tin sheds and candlelight, and after that, slowly develop into a small community.
Wallace Rockhole started up as an outstation of the Hermannsburg mission in the very early 70s. The Abbott family, my mother and father-in-law shifted in here with all their kids and set up Wallace Rockhole. They stayed as an outstation of Hermannsburg right up until the 80s. In 83, the mission handed the land back to the government and it was handed back to the Aboriginal people. So we then become like a community in our own right and stuff like that. Then we weren't relying on the mission anymore or anything like that, and things have really developed from there.
Oh, it's always tidy, like not a lot of rubbish around. If I see rubbish on the ground, I'll pick it up because I like to see it tidy. I don't really like rubbish flying around the place. It's my home, it's our home. It's always good to see it tidy, I don't know, just like it clean. Like to look after it and always see it that way. I'd like to see it that way when I'm an old guy as well, one day.
I'm very proud of the community and how well maintained the community is and how well looked after it is. Waking up each morning, you feel motivated to go to work and sending the kids off to school.
Welcome to the Wallace Rockhole School. At school, it's like fruit boxes and plastic bottles. We put all our fruit bottles and plastic bottles in recycling. We are the youth legends at Wallace Rockhole School. Recycling helps the environment.
Recycling saves our planet. Recycling keeps the community tidy.
Thank you. Let us all recycle.
Working together as one community and not relying on others.
It's to make you happy and everything working,
In Wallace Rockhole, if everyone's doing their job, everybody supports everybody.
The council, they the cleanup?
Back in about '84, I think it was, we got invited to participate in the competition, and me and my wife, we run with it for many years. I don't think we've got room around here to put down the awards and certificates and that we've got over the years. It's been a focal point for many, many years in the community, this Tidy Towns competition. I think it's a day of rewarding people for their efforts over the year. And I think with Wallace Rockhole, it's not rewarding them for the clean up of the day the judge gets here. It's a reward for the efforts that we've done over the whole year. I can say you can drive into this community at any time throughout the year, and you should be very pleased with what you see. We have visitors come to our shop on the weekends and that from neighbouring communities, and I've seen kids and that throw paper down on the ground, and the parents say, no, pick that up, put it in the bin. You can't do that here. You don't do that here. You can't do that here. You know, so it's rubbing off on other people. You know, so yeah, and that comes back to the Tidy Towns. Tourism has been an important part of the community. We've got a campground here at the moment. It is closed because of the COVID. We can have 50, 60 children from state schools, high schools down in Melbourne, Victoria, camping here at a time. It's important to the community because it creates employment for tour guides to go up to the Rockhole to talk about the artwork that's up in the hills. When the tourists are there singing songs, and we used to go and sing songs with them. And yeah, we used to go for walks with them to the Rockhole, and yeah, we used to show them and do this and do that, and yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, well, I guess it's an eye-opener for them, eh? Like, we've got a lot of old stuff in there, like artwork and yeah, like history, in other words. Yeah. So yeah, good to show off our heritage. And
got the engravings and rock art, handprints, all that stuff there as well. Like the section where Wallace is now used to be our ancestors' travelling ground from here to Ellery's, then back around to Glen Helen and back around again to here. One of our main footpaths was through here. They would visit us, my friends. Here, would meet new friends in town. I'll tell them the story. If they ask me where I'm from, I'll tell them where I am, and if they want to know a bit more, I'll try my best to remember what my grandfather told me. And yeah, tell them about my community, where I'm from. Make me feel better inside. Talk about my own homeland and stuff as well.
I run the store, and I think that's what should be happening in more and more places. I manage, run and own the store. I have to look after it. I have to pay the bills. I'm not just getting a wage and shut the door at 7 o'clock at night or whatever it is and go home and forget about it. I have to make sure this business is staying on top, and we don't get any handouts for it. It's a bit like the Pottery. A little bit of history on the Pottery. About 10 years ago, a lady, Sue Brown from Queensland, she was a retired potter. She stayed in our campground. She's seen the kilns and the clay wheels and stuff like that, and she says, if I come back next year, would you and some of the community people be interested? And I said, oh, yeah, up to you, you know. So as a retired potter, she showed up. She's been coming back here for nearly 10 years now, and she's really kicked the pottery, and I suppose kicked us in the behind and got us going. It's really good. It's a little business. We're never going to make $1 million out of it. But as an offside from the shop, we can support it and keep it going. Angela in the community, she does some of the pottery. She does the coil work and makes little pots out of raku clay. We sell a lot of most of our pottery goes to Voyages at Ayers Rock, goes into Yupan Harbour in Alice, and Mason's Gallery in Darwin. And then we have private sales with people coming in and out. The ladies are doing all the decoration on it, and that's helping to keep their stories. The honey ant stories alive, the witchetty grubs, the bush tomatoes and all that sort of stuff. They're talking about those stories as they're painting them onto the pots and things like that, you know. The pottery's a pretty important part for all the way around, for myself, the community and the culture.
The orchard's come along really good for the community, you know. Just go there and we can help ourselves and get fresh fruit and all that stuff as well. So it's good. It's marvelous. Instead of, because we travel to Alice Springs, which is about 100 kilometres from here, and just to get fresh fruit. It's good to grow our own wide range of healthy stuff in the community. Is good. It's better when it's fresh off the tree. When you know it's your own produce, and you don't know if there's no chemicals used or nothing. It's just perfect, straight off the tree.
This garden here, fresh fruit and vegetables. I help, as I say, I'm a host employer for the CDP. I help organise the boys in the yard here to do the orchard and stuff like that. This year we had watermelons, we had rock melons, we had corn, we had silver beet growing in between the rows here. And all that vegetable is for the people who are working in here and the community members. So they want to come over and pick some tomatoes out of the shed or whatever, that's theirs. It doesn't worry me. It's actually less fresh fruit that I have to supply for the shop.
My hopes and dreams for Wallace Rockhole to move forward is future for the kids.
My grandfather and grandmother did it out of nothing. Like to look at it now. That's one of the main ones that I'm proud of.
We got all this opportunity that what a grandfather built for his family. Up to us now to maintain the community and keep going. Follow my grandfather's dreams.